White House issues a report showing 18 states in the coronavirus red zone. Kansas is one of them. That's because they had more than 100 new cases per 100,000 people last week. The percentage of tests coming back positive is now more than 10%. Missouri's positivity rate is 6%. Anything above 10% is considered to be a serious situation. Now here's a look at the impact of the coronavirus in the Kansas City Metro tonight. 455 new cases reported. That's the largest increase since the pandemic began, higher than the record set just yesterday. Most of the new cases are in Johnson and Wyandotte counties, which have the highest total number of cases, though all of our 9 counties saw an increase. And tonight, the hospitals in 34 states are seeing a rising number of seriously ill coronavirus patients. ABC's Rena Roy reports more younger people are testing positive.
The family of 26-year-old Desiree McIntosh is reeling over their sudden loss. The young woman dying of COVID-19 this week in Fort Walton, Florida.
I won't be able to see her smiling face no more. I won't be able to hug her.
Her father says she had underlying conditions and was battling symptoms from the virus for about 2 weeks. An internal FEMA memo obtained by ABC News shows more young people are becoming infected in the U.S. In June, 18 to 49-year-olds made up nearly 36% of hospitalizations and 30% of those in the ICU.
Our largest category of people that are getting sick are our youth. And my message to our youth is, please, we need you to be responsible.
Florida, the new hotspot in the U.S., some ICUs reaching capacity. The Miami Convention Center being transformed into a field hospital for COVID patients. Meantime, Texas hit another record of nearly 11,000 new cases in one day. With morgues filling up, refrigerated trucks are now lined up in San Antonio.
It's a hard thing to talk about when people's loved ones are dying, but in the hospital, there are only so many places to put bodies. We're out of space.
Still, experts worry some young people aren't taking the pandemic seriously, with group gatherings seen across the country without social distancing or mask wearing.
I'm young, I'm reckless, I'm gonna do what I want. I would not like to waste my summer sitting inside.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
The White House says President Trump stands firm behind his goal for all schools to fully reopen this fall. His press secretary said today that science should not block children from returning to class.
The president has said unmistakably that he wants schools to open, and I was just in the Oval talking to him about that. And when he says open, he means open and full, kids being able to attend each and every day at their school. The science should not stand in the way of this.
A number of large school districts across the U.S. have already announced children will not return for in-person learning this fall. Many parents across the country are now considering whether to keep their children away from schools and teach them at home. Resource centers say they are seeing 5 times as many people in their workshops learning about homeschooling. With the new school year approaching, some parents say the stability of the home may be the best place for their children.
The main factor for us is the consistency. They both don't do great with change at this point, being little kids that get scared in situations easily. I don't know what is going to happen with school, but I just want to have a plan.
2.5 million American children were homeschooled last year. That's 3 to 4% of school-age children. The final 3 graduation ceremonies for Shawnee Mission School District seniors was held online tonight.
It was only a couple months ago that the hope of any graduation was bleak, that none of us would be able to truly say goodbye to Northwest. But we made it. Jessica,
tonight, the class of 2020 at Northwest, Arrowhead, and Horizons High Schools were honored. The pre-recorded ceremonies for all the schools began on Tuesday. In-person graduations were canceled because of the pandemic.